Okay, we're back, Be'ezat Hashem, in the back to Menachos after Pesach. So we're going to be learning tonight Daf Tzai Dalet, starting from the Mishnah that Tzai Gimel base. Says the Mishnah, Choymer b'smicha mibetnufa. Smicha is leaning on the animal. Tnufa is picking it up. Smicha is more chomer, ubetnufa and b'smicha. And Nufa has a chumra more than smicha. What is it? Shechad minich lekol hachaverim. When you have a group of people that are partners on the carbon, one does Nufa, and that's enough for everybody else, on behalf of everybody else. But smicha, each one has to do his own smicha.
What the difference? Why by?
We'll see. It's all psukim. Choymer betnufa. Tnufa is more chomer. Shat nufa neges bekarbonas hayochid or karbonas hatzibur. Tnufa can be an individual carbon or a public carbon. Bechai, it would have to say that on the Aleph. Bechai, the animal can be alive. Ubeshutim, we learned earlier, you have tnufa beshutim. Udavar sheyesh bo ruach chaim, udavar she'ein bo ruach chaim. You have also something which is not animals, like bread, like menachos. Mashayik smicha is only an alive animal, only an animal. So we want to talk about korbanoi lerabos kol baalei korban l'smicha. It says korbanoi, we learned it earlier, to tell you that anybody who's an owner should do smicha. Sheyachol could say it valodinu learn ma tnufa shenisabto b'shchutim. You have to do for even by dead animals. Nismato b'choivrim. You say that you have a group of people, so you can't. You don't say that each one has to do it. Smicha shelo nisabto b'shchutim. I know smicha b'shchutim. And you teach you smart b'choivrim, meaning that you don't need to have so much smicha. Tomala korbanai. What's korbanai? Lerabois kol bali korban l'smicha. Tell you that each bal korban has smicha. Yeah.
We're talking about one korban that everybody is a shooter, almost like korban Pesach. Korban Pesach.
Yeah. You have a bunch of owners. Yeah.
And each one of them have to do the smicha.
So each one has to do smicha. That's cool, but each one has to do it. But this rabbit now the Gemara says, as similar as we see many days to Shas. Similar with this rabbit to nufo b'choivim v'kavachim. Now let's say you have to do tnufo. Everybody has to do it. Umas smicha shnisavta b'shchudim not smicha by animals shechted. Nisavta b'choivim. One person. I mean, it's not enough. Each one has to do it. Tnufo shnisavta b'shchudim. You have tnufo by even dead animals. And then shnisavta b'choivim. Then you do it b'choivim. Says one mishud lo yefsha. You can't do it. Meaning. How should he do it? Learn for kula we should pick it up together. Ka'avi chatzitzo. It's a chatzitzo. Toys mentions it earlier regarding the idea when you have a kohen and a yisho or kohen v'abaylim. What about chatzitzo? Leiniv ve'ada leiniv. She do tnufa multiple times. Tnufa machon v'lo tnufois. So it has to be one. So you can't do really many people. But ma'sheikin. By smicha, the Rashi brings over here, smicha doesn't say smicha, el b'somach. So you can do smicha, you can do multiple smichas. Says the Gemara, smicha b'shchutim leiso, no such thing as leaning on a dead animal. Now, it's not going to go to Roit Selak, when Kohen Gadol wants to do a Ktaro. Hayoile b'kevesh. He goes up the ramp. Fasgan b'minoi, the second in command goes on his right. You he goes to the half of the ramp. So the gun holds the right hand of the kohen and helps him go up. For in the first kohen gives him the head and the leg of the animal. So he leans, he puts smicha on the dead animal, on the evarim berserker. Then they pass along. Two hands. Then he does smicha and he throws it. Each one brings it and they pass it on to the first one and give it to him. He can do only the smicha and someone else throws it. So you see Kohen Gadol does smicha on dead animals. The only reason to do it there is because of the. In other words, how do you show that these limbs belong to Kohen Gadol? He didn't do the shechita. He didn't do it. So you do smicha to show this connection. But in general, you don't do smicha on dead animals. Okay.
Could it be going to make the trick on all of it in one shot? It has to be cut first?
Yeah, because that's always the volume of the korban is cut. Yeah. That's the end of the 10th parak. Starting the 11th parak. The two breads you bring in Shavuos, you weave, you prepare the dough one by one. You put them in the oven one by one. Lechem hapodim is different. You prepare them one by one.
Yeah, because you have much more.
But and the din is, we'll see that you have to put two in the oven.
In the
oven.
Yeah.
In the oven. There's a special form to put the bread into the form. Because when he takes it out of the oven, he takes it out and puts it into the form for them not to get ruined. We'll see it right now in the Gemara. There's a few forms. First of all, the first part, the Gemara explains me now in Emili. Each achalo is born Israel. It says achalo achas, makshani loishus achas achas. Each one is being prepared on its own. I know two breads also to be prepared this way. It's supposed to be. I didn't know the baking is 2 by 2. Also to get that way. Not the others. We just use the oisom. Can name a curve is some tom. My oisom, some to oisom. In fact, you divide it 2 words. Shami no tati. You learn both things. You could do 2 for lecha parim, but not for anything else. Sigma tona bonam samto oisom betfus. You put it into the form. Shloishot fusim hem. There's 3 forms. Noisim tfus. And when they prepare them, to put them into a form. Fadaini but it's still dough. We put in the oven, also has a form. Because he takes it out of the oven, but fus conditionally is calculated. So well, the hadru the fus come. Why didn't bring it back to the original form? It was done by a force. It's there.
What does it mean miscalculate?
Because the chaponim that had as we'll see in a moment, had a shape where it's standing up. Meaning it had a shape, let's say a U shape.
Okay.
So you don't want it to break. So you put it into a form to keep its form. So the Gemara, why don't go back to the original form? Once you baked it, it becomes wider. So we done lechapodim. Kate said, "Why do lechapodim?" Look, the one upside down with base. What's the tzur of lechapodim? Kimin tevo prutzu. It looks like an open tevo. Rashi brings over here on the side.
Right.
It basically has a U shape, but it's not rounded. It's a square.
Yeah. What difference the V shape in the other one?
One second. First of all, the first shita. Kimi teva prutzo. So it's a box. It's basically a shoe box that doesn't have the 2 sides. It's open up. You have your similar to a U shape, and that's how the bread looks like. It looks like a dancing boat, which means this is the triangle.
Yeah.
And the bottom is a triangle. Toisa says that's only the bottom. It's not going up like this the whole time. It's a triangle on the bottom, and then it has straight walls afterwards. If you look at Toisa, you can see the picture. It's not so clear, but it's a V in the bottom, and then goes straight up on the top. Okay?
The second one, obviously.
You don't see your picture is not so good. It's this picture.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Okay.
Then he says the Gemara, if you say I understand how the spices are sitting on top of it. Because it's a flat. So you put the bazichim on top. And the mandom can be where do you put the bazichim? So you make a little space inside the bread to put it there. Make a little indentation. I understand the cutting with the small bars that you have between the breads. So they're sitting between the breads, and they're sitting underneath the bread on top of the bread. But if it's at an angle, hey, where you put the cutting? So one more sure of it, they made a little bit of indentation in the bottom to put in the cutting. I understand how the snifim, which are the walls around, are holding the bread. Hold it. The sfinim themselves were not straight, but they were a little rounded, so they had the shape of the bread. So Rashi explains. Instead, when you need the sfinim to hold it. You just pile them up on each other. Because it's so heavy, it will break. If you hold this Sfira Kedes, so the snifim, where are they? They're standing on the table. Why are they on the table? Because you have room. Because if the bread is a triangle, so beneath the bread, I have some space to put on these bars that hold the pillars to hold the breads. But if they are flat, there's no place to feed because they take up the whole space. Says the Gemara, he puts it on the ground. Sit on the ground, it goes up. So I really is a question. It's a triangle. So then there you say the sleeping, the shelves on the table. Table. It's on the table, on the floor. They hold each other because the sleeping hold the bread and the bread holds the bread. So in other words, because it holds the bread for the bread not to fall, and the bread fills up that round spot of the sleeping. Says the one that say Kiyamud Aleph. Meisivei, says the Gemara, Kimin Kaveres Hayala the Tanur. You open it. Kimin Kaveres Hayala Batanur.
You got to go. Welcome back.
So Meisivei, thank you. Just wanted to Mamash finishing. Meisivei, Kimin Kaveres Hayala Batanur. The oven had a kaveres, which means that's the form that you have. It looks square, so it looks like a square. This goes very well to Tesis. The top is square, not the bottom.
So the bottom is going to be like Sfina.
Like a Sfina. So the bottom is a triangle and the top is a square. So what Tani Kavandoma can mean Sfina or Kedes. The Tani, if you have a brisa that says like this way, Tani Arbo, Stephen Shazov, so you show me that these 4 shelves, 4 like pillars. If Vutzolim or Hashem can mean Dakrodim, you have from them some sticks that came out. They were splitting out. They hold the bread. Sheidoimo can mean Sfina or Kedes because it looks like a dancing boat. That's the tzura of the bread. Very good. With this, we end today's daf, and we appreciate everybody who came early or late.
That's the whole thing?